Well, hello everyone, and it's been another month. Things have really been interesting for me the last couple of weeks. And I knew coming into the end of the year and getting ready to start 2022 that things were going to have to change. I just didn't anticipate how they were going to change. So I'm not going to go into any specifics, and I'm not going to speak my mind completely freely. But there's some changes that are going to happen to the channel in the next couple of weeks, or after the next couple of weeks. I really expect it to settle in after the new year. And this is really hard for me to say. Because for the longest time, I really wanted this channel to be something that I could devote a daily amount of energy into. And I feel like I have been decently good at doing that up until this point. But my job that I have been working for the last couple of years, it's changing. And the way that job is changing is forcing me to seek out other employment opportunities because I cannot stay in the position that I'm currently in because they're not letting me go, but they are reducing the hours, and I cannot keep up the overhead of the new house that I've just barely purchased and all this other stuff with a reduced hour wage job. So I'm currently looking and searching a couple of different options to see if I can do something different. And I've come across a couple of different options, but what I'm coming to the realization of is I am going to have to make some changes in other aspects of my life and my schedule. And unfortunately, one of the things that is going to need to change is my upload schedule over here. I didn't want that to be the case. I really have tried every conceivable avenue to allow that to continue, and feasibly, I just don't think that it's going to. So I am, unfortunately, after the first of the year, going to likely be dialing back on the content that I put up. And I will want to upkeep the same amount of quality or even try to improve the quality of the content that I have been creating. But in terms of frequency, I just don't feasibly see how I'm going to be able to create a video every day. Now, the only other option that I really have to keep up with that is starting a couple of different Let's Play series or other videos that are easier for me to record and put out that don't require as much editing or are not editing intensive as a lot of the videos that I've done in the past couple of months have been. But we'll have to see if I can keep that within the cards, because the realistic possibility is I may have to adopt a commute into the work that I'm doing, or the new position that I'm applying for, that hopefully I'll have some more details with that in the next couple of days as to whether or not it works. And I can start that particular line of work there. So as I get more information, I'll be sure to let you know. I'll let you know in one way or another. It'll be a video kind of like this, or we'll make further adjustments as necessary. Now, the one question that I have for anyone who's stuck it out to this point of the video does kind of raise the question of, would you like to see some content appear that is not me playing the games that we've been talking about as much as it is reacting to other videos and content creation? Because I watch a lot of YouTube just in general, and I feel like there's a fair amount of an audience in the YouTube space just in general that likes reactionary commentary type content. I'd be interested in potentially doing something like that if there's any sort of interest from you as the viewer base in doing so. So if that is something that you'd like to see, that could potentially help me maintain an upload schedule that's more towards the daily side of things. But if that's not something that you're interested in doing, then I'm content to just kind of make the other adjustments to the upload schedule as needed. There's other things that I'd like to talk about, but that's certainly what's been weighing on my mind most heavily the last couple of days, because it was something that kind of came out of the blue, out of nowhere, and I pushed back. I tried to maintain at least some sort of idea. I tried to maintain at least some sort of consistency with the job that I've currently been working, and if I was in a better spot, I would potentially look into transitioning to full-time content creation both on YouTube and on Twitch. But unfortunately, I just don't have the means to take that leap at this point in time. So I'll probably pick up a couple of additional odd-end jobs that I can do to maybe work up to being in that type of a position later on down the road. But at the end of the day, no one can really predict what the future holds, and things can change at the drop of a hat. So you've just kind of got to be sensitive to that and never take anything for granted. In terms of things that you should keep an eye out for throughout the remainder of the year, I'm going to try to stick to my plan of streaming once a week, because I feel like that's been something that has been a long time coming, and if that is a way that you'd like to show some additional support, I've got the link to my Twitch in the description of every video that I upload, so you can leave a follow over there. Maybe someday, if we are at a decent enough following or have enough people that like to tune into that, we can consider that avenue a little bit more seriously. But at this point in time, I just can't justify taking that leap due to the inconsistency that it's had up until this point, and my inability to do those streams with the amount of consistency that I would have liked to. There is a video that I'm working on that will be coming out before the end of the year that I am actually quite excited about. And this is, I guess, one of the little higher lights or not so somber moments of today's video at the very least. I wanted to do something talking about the experience that I had conquering the different speedrun challenges in Ultimate Alliance 3, or at least the single-player speedrun challenges there. So I will be making a video about that going into the end of the year, and hopefully that's something that does relatively well and that you'll enjoy also. But I've rambled on a little bit here. I really hope that you made it this far into the video. Again, it's not the most positive of topics that I've ever talked about, and I don't like talking about my personal life a whole lot, so I apologize that the details have been as vague as they are. But I do appreciate you for being a part of the viewership and the community here, and I know that everything's going to work out. It's just a matter of adjusting to whatever the new sense of normalcy is going to be. Thanks so much for your time. If you enjoyed today's video, feel free to leave a like on it. And if you haven't done so yet, I would really appreciate you hitting that subscribe button. Thanks so much for your time, and I hope that you have a fantastic rest of your day.